Hey everyone!
Hello.
Welcome to today's video. So we all know that when we go on vacation to Disney, there's one recipe that you just can't get out of your head.
Mac and cheese.
The loaded mac and cheese from Food and Wine, forever implanted in my brain. So today we're going to share with you how to deal with a little bit of recipe nostalgia, recipe want, I guess. I'm not quite sure how to phrase it. But anyway, let's get started.
There's always the first option of reverse engineering.
You know, by the time you got it back to the room, like the little sample that you're trying to reverse engineer, it's not going to be any good and it's going to be quite smelly. So
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't do that route.
Oh.
But
Okay.
what you can do is while you're at the restaurant, if it's in a sit-down restaurant, mention to your server, hey, I really liked maybe you liked the ranch dressing at Diamond Horseshoe, which was
But the only thing that was good in that meal.
right. Or you really liked the loaded garlic mashed potatoes, or you really liked the fries at Be Our Guest, or insert food here. Mention to your server, hey, I really liked XYZ. Do you have a recipe for that? Something that people don't realize is that a lot of the recipes that Disney loves, or that people love at Disney has recipes printed up at
Recipe cards ready to send with you.
right, because they're so used to people asking for it. They're like, here you go, enjoy at home. I will make a note.
We'll say they won't have everything because some are just a chef's specialty, and good luck finding out.
Right. Or they may have run out of recipe cards, or it may just be something that they don't get a really oh my gosh about. But always ask your server if they have a recipe card for it. The worst they're going to say is no, or they're going to tell you to do number 2, which is email guest services. And typically, if you find something at one of the festivals that you love, that is a way to get a festival recipe, is to email them. You've got roughly a 50-50 shot of getting a festival recipe, especially if it's something that they want to keep serving. Mm-hmm. What I found is that when it's no longer being served, like they've taken it off the menu, they're more likely to give you the recipe than if it's something that they're planning to serve the next year. Something that PhotoPass used to do when they would give the extra gallery photos during the festivals is that they'd give you little recipe card photos, but they don't do that anymore, which I'm so super bummed about. Disney PhotoPass, if you are watching, bring back the recipe photos. We miss them. And I found some really great recipes that way. But you can always email guest services and say, hey, I really liked X recipe. Is there any way to get a copy? And typically recipe responses, you'll get a kind of classic response, and they're looking into it for you, and it usually takes about a week or so to get a response. You've got a 50-50 shot. If you do get a recipe from the festival kitchens, or sometimes the ones that are given to you at the restaurant, be prepared. They are in bulk quantities. They are not
50 gallons of...
Right.
Here, we need a 50-gallon drum.
Right, exactly. So be prepared to do some scaling down, because there is a shot that you're going to get literally a festival style recipe or restaurant style recipe where they're making it for 100 people, and you're going to have to go, okay, so if this says it serves 100, You need to divide whatever that is by 100, and then
honestly, for the average family, you would end up dividing it by 25 to get 4.
Right. Listen to the math whiz, not me. I'm not the math whiz. So you're going to have to scale it down unless you want like a ton of...
Unless you're just going to start serving it, you know, at your front door.
Right? Or you're giving it away to somebody. So another option that you can do is find Disney cookbooks. And they sell them pretty much all...
Epcot has them all the time in the 2 International Gateway buildings.
Right. And sometimes they'll even have special festival cookbooks. So you can always check and see if they have.
Where I'll find those too.
Right. Cookbooks are great. You can sometimes find older ones online. And online is our number 4 option for getting a recipe. You can Google search. You can Pinterest. So many well-loved Disney recipes. And sometimes I have found that the Disney Parks blog has a great file of recipes, especially during this whole stay-at-home thing.
If you're wanting a recipe for right now, just use a spoonful of sugar.
It helps the medicine go down. And so definitely online is a great place to look. Facebook is a great option as well. There's recipe groups. So you can do a little bit of internet searching and find recipes as well. It may not be the exact recipe you're looking for, but it might be something pretty close. And something that I have found is that I'm going to end up modifying it anyway. Mm-hmm. So, like Sam mentioned, the loaded mac and cheese. The loaded mac and cheese from Food and Wine a few years ago was phenomenal, and it's stuck in my brain. And it's literally kind of a spicy mac and cheese with bacon bits and green onions and so much just fantasticalness. I could technically recreate that at home. I would make a spicy mac and cheese, add bacon and green onions.
And it's still not the same.
It's still not the same, but it helps a little bit. So let us know in the comments below. Have you ever requested a recipe from Disney, whether at the restaurant or online, and did you receive the recipe? If so, was it just a printout on a sheet of paper? Was it a pretty index card? How was it presented to you? We want to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in an upcoming video. Bye!